It amazes me that to convince black people that Donald Trump cares about them, he takes pictures with celebrities. It's amazing to me. If Donald Trump cared about black people, he wouldn't have denigrated the president with those claims of birtherism.
DL Hughley just blew up the internet after calling out Snoop Dogg for doing exactly what he used to clown other rappers for. The comedian didn't pull a single punch. He straight up accused Snoop of showing his true colors, and fans are losing their minds over it. It all started when DL reposted a 2017 clip where Snoop went off on black artists who performed at Donald Trump's inauguration. Back then, Snoop mocked them saying, "Which one of you Uncle Tom ninjas gonna do it?" It was raw, bold, and savage. But now, in 2025, Snoop himself just stepped on stage at a Trump event. Yes, that Trump event. He was standing right next to Nelly and Rick Ross like nothing happened. And the internet went crazy. The same energy he threw at others, yeah, it's spinning right back on him.
Most important thing is there's got to be a solution, because this has been going on in the industry for a whole years, for decades. And at the same time, you know, nobody wants this to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true. But if we don't fix it and do something about it, history will constantly
repeat itself. Now, Suge, you said something early on that I want to get clarification for the audience, Suge. You said early on, you can't just look at Diddy in isolation. You said this was done to him. He learned from others, and it was done to him, and then he did to others. To me, that sounds like what I hear when people are talking about situations, you know, hurt people, that someone was used, they wind up being a perpetrator. Is that what you're suggesting about Sean Combs, that he was used and he now uses?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I think he repeat what was done to him. And like I said, if you look at Russell Simmons, you know the truth. Andre Rail, you know the truth. Clyde Davis, you know the truth. Jimmy Iovine, you know the truth. So there's not certain things that all of a sudden you got this. The industry is a quick business. It's been like that for a long time. And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is I feel like they should let Puffy tell his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they found him hanging from the ceiling or dead before the truth come out.
Social media didn't waste a second. People flooded the comments calling him a sellout, a clown, even saying Snoop puffed out his chest and said, "Yes, sir, I'll dance for you, sir." The backlash was brutal. Fans couldn't wrap their heads around how one of hip-hop's most rebellious icons, the same man who always shouted loyalty and realness, would be up there smiling at a Trump gig. And the timing? Terrible. Snoop's already in the hot seat with whispers about his rumored ties to Diddy, talk that he's been playing both sides, and even wilder claims that he's cozy with the feds. Then Suge Knight jumped in, calling Snoop the real industry rat. Now everyone's watching close because this storm around Snoop isn't just messy, it's about to explode. Suge Knight's been throwing shade for years, hinting that Snoop wasn't as loyal to Tupac as everyone believed.
And I knew that Pac did everything right by him by putting him on All Eyes on Me, speaking about him and being real with him. And if it's true what they say.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Face-to-face is going to be a lot of explaining to do. Only way you have a radio if you was at the fight with us and you had a security detail. Now, they're not having a security detail. What are you doing with the radio?
He even claimed Snoop straight up lied about visiting Pac in the hospital after the shooting, saying that whole "I got kicked out trying to see Pac" story was all cap. According to Suge, Snoop never even showed up, and when the man behind death row speaks, people listen. Now with all these new Trump-related headlines, Snoop's credibility is getting torn to shreds, and that cool uncle of hip-hop image he built, it's cracking fast, and DL Hughley is making sure the whole world sees it. When Snoop, Nelly, and Rick Ross popped up at Trump's event, The internet went nuclear. Fans were furious, calling it a straight-up betrayal of everything hip-hop's supposed to stand for. People were digging up that old clip of Snoop asking,
but part of that is starting off with Snoop Dogg and Nelly and Soulja Boy and others for their decisions to perform at events surrounding the inauguration.
Which one of you Uncle Tom ninjas gonna do it first? And saying, guess what? It's you now. But Nelly wasn't having it. He jumped online and clapped back during a convo with rapper Willie D saying, I'm not doing this for the money. It's an honor. I respect the office, period. He even said he'd perform for Biden or Kamala Harris if they asked, trying to make it clear this was about business, not politics. But DL Hughley wasn't buying that excuse one bit. He hopped on Instagram and fired off a message that hit deep. Trump propping up white supremacy isn't just his past, Nelly. It's who he still is today. Then he doubled down by reposting Snoop's old clip, letting the hypocrisy speak loud and clear. His point?
Nah, chill. I'm not performing. I am in Washington, D.C. right now, but I'm not performing. It's a private vibe I'm doing with my brother Snoop Dogg.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the dope, ready to make an entrance.
If you called others sellouts back then, don't be shocked when people call you out now. Then DL dropped the hammer. He said if Trump really cared about black people, he wouldn't have pushed those racist birther lies about Obama, and he sure wouldn't be using rappers and athletes like props. His message was crystal clear. Trump doesn't see black artists as equals, just entertainment. DL summed it up perfectly. They'd rather see us run the ball than run the country. That line hit deep. So when DL saw Snoop, Nelly, and Rick Ross performing for Trump years later, he couldn't just sit back quiet. To him, this wasn't about business. It was about optics. In DL's eyes, the move played straight into the same system that's been using black artists for power games for decades. And his theory on why Trump wanted Snoop there? Cold but believable.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo is gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the one of you Uncle Tom for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first?
DL said it's about control, about Trump flexing his influence over a man who once mocked him in public. DL broke it down, saying this was Trump's way of showing I can make even Snoop Dogg switch sides. And honestly, he's not wrong. Notice Trump didn't bring back Waka Flocka, Kodak Black, or Lil Pump this time around. They already did their part back in the day when Trump needed noise and controversy. But Snoop, he's a whole different level. Snoop's name carries global weight, from the streets to the suburbs, from hip-hop to Hollywood. He's got influence, mainstream love, and that universal cool factor that makes brands throw money at him. That's exactly why DL thinks Trump's team picked him, not randomly, but strategically. And judging by the chaos online, the plan worked. The internet had no mercy. Memes, edits, and jokes took over every platform. One user even quoted DMX saying, they sold their souls to the devil and the price was cheap.
Say, man, you playing to win tonight, man. You sharp as a mosquito. What's going down? That's that crypto, see? They let a real crip up in the crypto ball. Ooh. Bang, bang.
Another wrote, after Snoop's Olympic moment, he thought he was untouchable. Guess not. One viral comment said it best. When you get enough money, you'll excuse anything you do wrong. But money can't erase history. That one hit like a punch. People are tired of celebrity double standards, and no amount of fame can hide the truth anymore. It doesn't matter how legendary Snoop's career is. In 2025, fans remember everything. Now the big question is spinning all over social media. Did Snoop, Nelly, and Rick Ross just fumble their legacy for a quick bag? Or was it really just business? The debate is wild right now. Half the culture is calling it betrayal, while the other half is saying, chill, it's politics. But no matter which side you're on, one thing's clear. Snoop's reputation just took a heavy hit. Between Suge Knight's accusations and DL Hughley's brutal Instagram takedown, it feels like we're watching the public unraveling of one of hip-hop's biggest icons. And the rumors, they're only growing louder.
But I am honored to be performing for the office, for the president of the United States, regardless. Ain't nan other president asked me to perform. Nan.
The talk about Snoop playing both teams keeps spreading like wildfire, and people are glued to every move he makes. The heat around Snoop Dogg isn't cooling down, it's boiling over. Every post, every appearance, every brand deal gets picked apart by fans waiting for another slip-up. What started as a small performance controversy has now exploded into a full-blown cultural storm. DL's post didn't just call out hypocrisy. It cracked open a vault of secrets and whispers that's been building for years. Suddenly, people are digging through old interviews, old friendships, and old business deals, trying to piece together who Snoop really is. Is he standing with the streets, the culture, or just whoever signs the biggest check? Because let's be real, Snoop's rise was never simple. Back in the death row era, he was the West Coast, the smooth-talking gangster with the laid-back flow who spoke for the streets and made the world listen. But Suge Knight's latest words hit deep. Suge claimed Snoop's been playing both sides since day one, saying that while Tupac was out there going all in for the cause, Snoop was staying safe, cool with both camps, and silent when things got real. Suge Knight dropped another bombshell, claiming Snoop's been hiding major secrets about what really went down between Pac and Death Row before that tragic Vegas night. From behind bars, Suge allegedly said, "Snoop ain't who y'all think he is," and even called him the industry's biggest rat since the 90s. Those are heavy words, especially coming from a man who lived through every twist of that era. And when you mix that with all the new Hollywood love Snoop's been getting, it paints a complicated picture. From commercials to Olympic cameos, kids' shows, and even cooking alongside Martha Stewart. It's like Snoop flipped his whole identity into America's favorite uncle. But that clean-cut image doesn't sit right with everyone, especially those who remember the Death Row days. The internet started digging deep, saying things like, "Yo, how did Snoop go from Crip rapper to corporate mascot?" The shift is wild, and fans are questioning if there's more behind it than just good branding. Then came the wild theories. People started connecting dots, suggesting maybe that's why he's been so untouchable all these years. They say he's protected by more than just fame, maybe by connections. And once the Snoop might be an industry informant rumor hit, it spread like wildfire across every platform. Fans started pulling receipts. Times when Snoop dodged major scandals while everyone around him took hits. Think about it. During Death Row's wildest days, everyone caught heat. Pac was gone, Suge was locked up, Dre dipped out, but somehow, Snoop stayed clean and kept winning. Some say it's just smart business moves, but others think there's a deeper story, and there's something we're not supposed to see. One viral comment said it plain: "Notice how Snoop never really gets touched, never canceled, never dragged for long. That ain't luck." And the comment section went insane after that. Whether the rumors are true or not, perception is everything, and right now people are starting to see Snoop in a whole new light, especially when you once swore you'd never cross that line. DL Hughley didn't sugarcoat a thing. He called Snoop's Trump performance more than bad optics. He called it a straight-up betrayal to the culture. He pointed out the sharp contradiction between Snoop's old gangster image and his new political softness. And that hit a nerve. In an era where fans crave authenticity more than ever, that kind of switch-up doesn't slide easily. Social media's been non-stop chaos since. Some fans are saying Snoop's just trying to stay relevant in an industry that moves lightning fast, while others swear it's deeper, about power, politics, and quiet deals happening behind the scenes. Even Nelly's defense didn't land right. When he said, "I respect the office," that people roasted him instantly, saying that's just code for "I got paid." Rick Ross tried to stay quiet, but silence didn't save him either. One fan lit up Twitter saying, "Ross went from hustling to hustling for Trump." That one post exploded with thousands of retweets. The streets weren't feeling it at all. Meanwhile, the OGs, the older heads who lived through the 90s, are shaking their heads in disappointment. They're saying this moment shows how much hip-hop's changed. Back then, rappers stood on principles. They risked careers to speak truth to power. Now, fans are saying the new generation's too comfortable watching legends flip the script for a paycheck. One viral YouTube comment summed it up harshly but honestly. We watched Snoop go from F the police to let me get that corporate check. That's not evolution, that's erosion. That line hit hard, and it echoed exactly what many longtime fans are feeling. That somewhere along the way, the rebellion got replaced by brand deals. That was the line that cut through everything. And with Snoop's name already tangled in Diddy's ongoing scandals, fans started connecting the dots fast. The whole Diddy investigation has people side-eyeing everyone in the industry, wondering who's tied to who, and Snoop's sudden coziness with political figures, it just poured gasoline on that fire. Some say he's trying to stay close to power to protect himself, while others claim it's just business as usual. But one thing's clear. Every new headline only adds another layer to his mystery. Then came the conspiracy wave. The Snoop plays for both teams theory got louder and way more serious. And it wasn't just random internet chatter. Real insiders started talking. A former producer said in an interview, "You never really know who's who in this game. Some of the ones y'all think are the realest been playing chess while the rest playing checkers." Fans immediately took that as a subliminal aimed at Snoop. Now, every time something shady pops off in the industry, people toss his name into the mix. At this point, nobody knows what to believe anymore. And through it all, Snoop's keeping quiet, dropping cryptic posts here and there, cracking little jokes like nothing's wrong. Some people think he's brushing it off. Others say he's too powerful to care. But that silence, it's risky. Because when folks are already questioning your loyalty, saying nothing can make things worse. The same man who once called himself the voice of the streets is now watching those same streets turn their backs on him. In this digital era, public opinion can hit harder than any diss track. Once the internet flips on you, it's brutal. And the craziest part? This isn't just about one performance or one scandal. It's about legacy. When your whole image is built on being authentic, one wrong move can flip your entire story upside down. Snoop Dogg's facing the biggest image crisis of his life, and every silence, every post, every rumor adds more fuel to the fire. So what do you think? Did Snoop really sell out the culture, or is he just playing a game we don't understand yet? Drop your thoughts below. I'm reading them all. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more celebrity drama. 'Cause this story, oh, it's just getting started.